Under the blazing sun of the African savannah, a woman lay helplessly tied to a tree. Her mouth was dry, her skin scorched, and eyes clouded with fear. Just meters away, a pride of lions approached silently, their golden fur shimmering ominously in the sunlight. Her heartbeat quickened. But what happened next wasn't just extraordinary. It defied everything we thought we knew about wild animals. Could a lion actually remember a human? Could true gratitude exist in the untamed wilderness? This is the astonishing true story of Julia Spencer. Not long ago, Julia had a life many dreamed of, a comfortable apartment overlooking the stunning beauty of San Francisco Bay. Her days were filled with the steady rhythm of city life, a stable job at the renowned Los Angeles Zoo, and relaxing weekends exploring California's coastline. Her existence seemed picture-perfect to everyone around her. But behind Julia's daily smile lay a restless heart, yearning for more. Each day at work, as she watched majestic animals pacing restlessly behind steel bars, Julia couldn't help but feel an ache in her chest. She wondered if she was genuinely making a difference or merely watching life pass by from the sidelines. Then, one seemingly ordinary afternoon, everything changed. A small flyer, faded at the corners, found its way to her desk. A wildlife conservation group in Kenya was seeking passionate volunteers. Her heart raced. This was the sign she'd been waiting for. Ignoring the skeptical whispers from family and concerned looks from friends, Julia packed her entire life into one bag. Just weeks later, she stepped off a small airplane onto the dusty red earth of Kenya, instantly enveloped by a heat unlike anything she'd ever known. Her first days were brutal. Sweltering temperatures, biting insects, and the constant ominous rustling of unseen dangers lurking in the tall grass. But amid all the discomfort, Julia felt an exhilarating sense of purpose. For the first time, she woke each morning knowing exactly why she was here. Yet Africa had much more to teach Julia than she anticipated. Just a week after arriving, her excitement nearly became her downfall. One morning, captivated by a herd of zebras dancing in the distance, Julia wandered off the safety of the trail to capture the perfect photograph. Minutes later, she was hopelessly lost. No GPS, no radio. Completely alone, panic crept into her. Heart, every direction looked the same, the endless horizon stretching infinitely. Hours dragged painfully until her worried team finally rescued her, imparting her first harsh lesson. Curiosity without caution could be deadly in the wild. Weeks later, Julia encountered something that changed her forever. On patrol, she discovered a large male lion trapped cruelly in a poacher's snare, his powerful leg torn and bloodied. Despite stern warnings from her team about approaching wounded predators, Julia couldn't turn away. Each day she returned, sitting nearby, speaking softly, earning his trust. Days turned into weeks until the lion finally healed and disappeared back into the wild. Julia wondered briefly if she'd ever see him again, unaware how profoundly their paths would cross in the future. Months passed, and Julia's confidence grew. Then came the morning of her first solo patrol. Excited and slightly nervous, Julia ventured out alone. An hour into her patrol, she spotted a suspicious vehicle hidden in the brush. Heart pounding, she approached, only to discover a terrified, injured rhino shackled cruelly inside. Before she could call for help, rough hands seized her, binding her tightly to a nearby tree. Poachers, dangerous, ruthless, leaving her helplessly exposed in predator territory. Hours passed painfully. Dehydration and exhaustion set in. As despair filled her heart, her nightmare worsened. A pride of lions appeared, moving silently toward her. Julia felt her breath catch. But then, something astonishing happened. The pride paused, and from among them stepped forward a massive male lion with a familiar scar across his neck. Her eyes widened, recognition sparking instantly. Could it truly be? The lion she had saved months earlier now stood before her, eyes locked firmly onto hers. Julia watched in astonishment as the powerful creature gently clawed at the ropes, slowly and carefully setting her free. Tears filled her eyes, tears of disbelief, gratitude, and wonder. This wasn't supposed to happen. Animals weren't supposed to remember. But clearly, gratitude transcended the boundaries of species. With newfound strength, Julia raced to her vehicle, radioing urgently for assistance. Her detailed descriptions quickly mobilized the conservation team, and within hours, the poachers were apprehended and the injured rhino rescued safely. Justice prevailed, thanks to one extraordinary act of gratitude from a wild animal. Julia's remarkable experience spread globally, touching hearts everywhere. Her story illuminated an important truth. Animals, too, feel, remember, and can even express gratitude. Julia became a powerful symbol of hope and compassion, inspiring millions to reconsider their relationship with wildlife and nature. Driven by her extraordinary encounter, Julia dedicated her life to wildlife conservation and advocacy. Her journey illustrated vividly that no act of kindness, however small, is ever forgotten, even by those we least expect. Julia's life changed the world, one heart at a time, proving that courage combined with compassion can indeed create miracles. If Julia's story touched your heart, if you believe in the transformative power of kindness, share this story, spread the word, and remember, every act of compassion today could save a life tomorrow.